blockbusting for us old folks. But anyway, and new folks too. So let me give you an example. So let's say I'm a scumbag, piece of shit real estate agent. And let's say that I have no morals or values. And I want to participate in some good old-fashioned blockbusting. So this is what I would do if I was a scumbag. I would target a neighborhood where the demographics were changing, so to speak. And what I would do is I would target a homeowner over there, and I would, first see if he had any equity in the house. I can do that on the back end by looking in, the public records to see when he bought the house, do some reverse math, and figure out if he paid his bills on time, he would have some, equity remaining. I need to know he's got a lot of equity remaining because as a scumbag, I have to make sure he can sell for a lot lower amount than what the home is worth. So I'll go over to him and I'll say, Mr. Seller, thinking about selling this house? And he'll be like, no, I'm fine just where I'm at. And I'll say, yeah, I completely understand that you're comfortable where you're at. But I don't know if you have noticed this, but the demographics around the neighborhood has been changing. There's certain people moving in. Have you noticed that? Well, yeah, of course I have noticed it. Yeah, the Johnson family, 6 doors down? Yeah, well, I sold their house, and you know what? They got $215,000 for it. Yeah. And the Smith family, they're about 3 doors down. They got about $205,000, so $10,000 less. You see, the Smith family was acting a little bit later than the Johnson family. You see how the time goes on, that it decreases in value of the house. So, Mr. Seller, I implore you to hurry up and sell, and I can get you into a neighborhood where it's more like your values and more people like you. Does that make sense? Oh, yeah. It's like, because, look, those people, they're going to come in and they're going to bring their old ways with them. And pretty soon the neighborhood's just going to keep reducing in value. And before you know it, I could give you $200,000 for this house now. But, you wait about 6 more months, it really could be like $190,000. Do you really want to keep losing your equity? Well, no, of course not. That could be, racial demographics and stuff like that when I give that example. But it could also be, protected classes, right?
Correct.
So let's say I was to reverse that a little bit and just say, like, certain people, I would just say something like, I see inside your house, you seem like a very Christian fellow. Do you really want to come out your front door every day and see a bunch of rainbow flags? No, of course not. Let's move you into a more Christian community, closest to your church. Where's your church at? First Baptist Church or wherever. Okay, let's get you a house near that. Does that sound good? Yeah, that's blockbusting. So basically what I'm doing in that example is I'm taking fear and I am using that as leverage to force somebody basically to sell their house for a lot lower amount of money for fastest amount of time as possible. And as an agent, I'm recouping a commission on the listing side as well as helping them buy a house on the buy side. And if I'm an investor, I'm getting it for a cheap amount of money so I can resell that property later to whoever wants to buy it, really. It doesn't even matter what demographic.
Yeah, the investors don't care. Green is green, right?
Green is green. But that, in a sense, is, it could go to people with disabilities too. You could say, hey, 3 doors down, a group home just opened up. And do you really want a bunch of mentally disabled or developmentally disabled people running around your neighborhood and running into your yard and everything and possibly entering your house if you leave the door unlocked? You're just using fear to get a response into selling that house. So that is a good classic example of blockbusting, and that also keeps neighborhoods lower. It lowers their values over time, and it's one of the reasons why it's a prohibited practice under fair housing.